today I'm going to show to you how I will repot this little seedling. It is a cattleya seedling that I have recently got from Orchids and More. And I was in a bit of a hurry to repot her because I think that the orchid has snails inside the pot. And the reason for which I was in such a hurry to repot this orchid, it is because the medium is very decomposed. Like, it really smells very very bad, and I think that this orchid has snails because I have seen some signs. Like I have a root tip in here which has been munched off, and I think I saw another one, and also I have this root tip which seems to have been munched off by a snail here. So yeah, quite often we buy orchids with snails. That is a common occurrence. I am not upset by this. And also I think that in here I have more than one plant, which means that I will have one for sale. So if that happens, yeah, I will wait for some of you to contact me through email, and I will sell one of them. Now you can also see that on the leaves we do have some markings. That is a common occurrence with seedlings because they are very very sensitive plants, and yeah, unfortunately funguses do attack them quite easily and their leaves. So most of the times when I am seeing cattleya seedling, I will see some fungus attack on her leaves as well. Now I'm trying to detach as gently as possible this medium because the orchid doesn't have a great root system. It does have roots, but it's not really the best one. Also, this orchid has been watered after I have received her with fertilizer and with fusarium fungicide, so she had already a treatment because you never know which one is infected. Anyway, I am doing monthly preventive applications on my orchids, and they seem to love it. So now I will try to separate the little plantlets because I do know that there are many in the same pot. I just want to find the natural division, let's say, point. Yeah, for me at this point it is better to submerge the orchid in a bowl of water. So the water will help me eliminate the rest of the medium, and also will help me get the pieces, the orchids actually loose. The first thing that I need to do to detangle them, it is to actually try and take the roots that are kind of intertwined and put them at their place, let's say, because I have roots that went on top of the orchid rhizome and their place is underneath. So really really easy. I will do that as gently as I can. I don't like to keep seedlings together, let's say, when they are, or to have a sort of community pots when I know there are many plants, because that encourages sickness in the plant. Because if a little leaf is damaged, then or if a piece of one of the divisions gets sick, then you have pretty high chances for the whole orchid to get sick. So first of all, I am trying to work as gently as I can and making sure that they are indeed to plant, and they are. We can see in here, so I'm gently trying to pull them apart. I'm keeping them by their base, and if you don't separate the seedlings when they are this size, when they are this small, you risk them to get really impossible to separate at a more mature age, let's say, because then they will have more roots and more pseudobulbs. So yeah, so we can see that now the orchids are separated. I indeed have two divisions. One of them will stay with me and one of them will go for sale. Now, because most of my buyers do prefer the orchids not to be potted in semi-hydro, because not everyone knows how to grow them in semi-hydro. One of them will be potted, or mine will get potted in semi-hydro, and the division which will go for sale will get potted in normal medium. So you will actually see how I would pot a cattleya seedling in organic medium. Yeah, so that is I think a good lesson, because I'm not usually pretty much doing tutorials for how to pot orchids in organic medium, but today we will have one of those. Alrighty, so this is much cleaner now. I will need the scissors to continue to clean up the orchid, because she does have some dead roots. I'm trying to clean these sheets that were on the pseudobulbs, and trying to remove as much of the old medium as possible, because as I was saying, this is decomposed medium, and also these sheets can harbor pests, so we want to avoid that at any cost. This orchid was potted in a very fine bark mix with perlite and some pieces of rock wool, which is a substitute for moss. So alrighty, that is much cleaner now. I will come back with the medium and show you exactly how I will work with them. Okay guys, and now we are ready to spray the orchids really well with hydrogen peroxide 3%. So first of all, these orchids do suffer of let's say mild infection, of fungus infection on the leaves. We can see that they have some markings, and that is a very common appearance with seedlings. And also they were infested with snails, so this will also kill the fungus and the snails and snail eggs. So you can see I bought myself another sprayer for hydrogen peroxide, so I will spray them really well, and then I will cut the roots. I will actually make sure that the tag is also sterilized, because you never know when a snail egg can be on the tag as well. Here I have my scissors, which are sterilized. I actually flame them. So yeah, And now I'm gently touching the roots and see if any of them seem mushy to the touch, then they will be cut. And also when you see that the root or the velamin is coming up, when you are gently pushing or pulling away from the supposedly root and you leave a string behind, that root is also dead. So yeah, I will take this thing out because we don't need it anymore. Try to clean the base of the orchid as good as you can, because then if you leave dead stumps, dead roots, little dead roots at the base, those will start to mold when you put it in a new medium. So it is very, very important to properly clean it. And now I will let that division fizz some more. And here we have the other little orchid. This one is also dead, and always try to cut into healthy tissue. So I will continue to cut this root until I find the grit tissue. Here it is. And yeah, that because cattleya roots can always branch, but if you leave dead tissue, they will just continue to rot. So yeah, I am making sure I am cutting into healthy tissue. You don't have to hurry, because then you will just make mistakes and possibly cut good roots, and you don't want that. And here are the little two divisions. Now I will clean a bit my working space. And let's see which one I will keep. And I think this is the one which will get potted into semi-hydro. It is in active growth, looks really, really well. And yeah, I will use a little cupping here. You always want to try to make sure that the reservoir of the pot will be completely filled with medium, because these roots usually cannot really get adjusted to grow in water, because this orchid was potted actually in organic medium, and she was used to dry off in between waterings, and the roots, as I said, most probably won't get adjusted to grow really in that reservoir. I'm trying to make sure the orchid stays low enough, and now I will fill up the little cup. I'm trying to make the medium to get its way and to fill up any possible air gaps. Because I do see I do have some air gaps in here. Yeah guys, this is my orchid potted in semi-hydro, and now we will go ahead and pot the other one, which will get, as I said, potted in some organic medium. So here I have some nice bark. This is from chameleon, and it is a mixture of bark and coconut husk. Yeah, so we will see how good it is, because it is the first time I am actually using it. And I will put a very small amount on my table. It is a medium size, it is not very large. Let's see, that should be enough. And I will also add some perlite. Just a tiny bit. Make sure you don't breathe the dust. You really want to avoid that. I will try to mix it. And now I will take the pot she came in. You want to put a little bit on the bottom, and then gently try to put your orchid inside the pot, but try to center it somehow. You never want to reuse organic medium, because if you try to sterilize it, you will get it rotted really fast, and if you don't sterilize it, you will just transfer diseases. So it is always best to just let it as it is. Use fresh medium. At the end, if you could afford to buy an orchid, which are usually quite expensive in comparison to other plants, you can totally afford to buy some more medium. this is a very nicely potted orchid. You can see the medium is quite nicely spread, and yeah, what can I say, I am quite happy with how my repotting resulted. Now I am going to flush out this little pot very well and water the semi-hydro one as I usually do. So right guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Thank you very much for watching and see you all next time. Bye! Okay, so I kind of changed my mind in regards to the orchid which I will keep. I took a bit of medium out because I want to put a top layer of moss, of green moss. Because, yeah, I kind of assume that the medium will get dry a bit, or the reservoir will get dry a bit too fast for my liking. So, here we go. I believe that the orchid will be more happy in this way. This will encourage root growth at the base of the new growth, which is what we want. And now she looks a lot better. And by the way, I watered the little one at the sink, and yeah, it was enough. I just flushed it. I didn't submerge it in water because yesterday the orchid was also watered. She is hydrated at this point. So right guys,